being said, we were all aware of the budget cuts earlier this year. Am I correct? Hello? Am I still here?
You're still here.
Okay,
You're
we're just
still
on
here.
mute.
We're
Yes,
just
yes,
all of us are on mute.
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So, with that being said, I don't know if everybody realizes the Sunday hours are no longer. We had the beauty of some Sunday hours for a while, and it's been discontinued, I think, probably for like a month or two, if I'm correct, Christine.
That I'm not sure. I know I believe our libraries hadn't had Sunday hours for a while. But I can double check for you.
Okay, because I thought they had them in the summer.
I feel like as a mother of two young girls, Sundays was never an option to go to the library. I've always just assumed they were closed.
Okay, well, I think they were open earlier this summer, and now they're not.
There
But
are some libraries that did have their Sunday hours cut. I just don't know if they were in our community board.
okay, okay. Well, as of right now, I'm being that I'm part of the North Forest Park, that no does not have any Sunday hours, and I would like to see Sunday hours, um, even if it's part time, because Sundays is a day for families to go and do things with their children and to brush up on homework and using computers and so forth. So it's a no-brainer to have a Sunday opening, especially since other communities have it. So I do know that other communities do have it, but we don't, and it's probably because of the budget cuts. Unfortunately, I wanted to speak to I wanted to have Louisa. She's pretty much the person who's our contact for the Queen's Library, and I wanted her to give an update on what is going on. As of last year, during our last meeting, I believe that we were supposed to get a spring groundbreaking for this year. However, that's not going to be happening. So we're back at the design phase, and the design phase is not going to be completed until the summer of this year. So, with that being said, I think that it's in the best efforts and just the best logistical sense to wait until we are solidified on when the groundbreaking is going to happen. And well, and when the design phase is going to happen. This way she can come and update us and maybe give us more light of when she actually sees groundbreaking to happen. So she has contacted Heather, and we're now looking at June of this year. And this is for the Rego Park Library. Metro is still a thought. And I don't believe there is a status for anything in Kew Gardens. Am I correct, Christine?
When you say Kew Gardens, what do you mean? Because we don't have Kew Gardens. We're just Forest Hills. And so we have Forest Hills, Rego Park, and North Forest Park.
Okay, so North Forest Park. Okay, that's all right.
That's
Yeah.
the Metro, yeah, North Forest Park.
So that's unfortunately this is all the updates that I have for that. So in going forward, I guess we have to I guess just be proactive if we have information with different things that are going on following the budget to see if more money is going to be allocated. And when we have an opportunity to do the ranking for allocating funds, let's not forget that we have to keep making that at least within the top 15 so it doesn't fall off. That's my suggestion. Do I have any comments on that?
Martha, if I may, it's Christine, I just want to just touch on what you said about the Regal Park Library. So they will be, they're saying that, as you said, the design phase should be completed by the end of the summer. And then they feel that the construction will start next year. So they wanted to come to give a presentation in the fall. And we felt that it would be better for at least the committee to see their design before the design phase is complete, just in case the committee had any suggestions or any comments, and then they would say, well, the design phase is over, so, sorry. So we pushed them to do that June meeting, this way that the committee can see the designs while it's still in that design phase.
So that's
good for the committee, helpful for the committee.
Okay, so that's definitely going to happen in June then. Hopefully.
Correct. And then they'll we're booked definitely for June, and then in September or October, they're going to make a presentation to the full board once the design is set in stone.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for that clarification. And
I wanted to ask a question, if you don't mind. And Martha, is it okay if I ask? Sorry, I cut you off.
Of course, sure.
Okay. Just help me understand this. I'm assuming this is what it is. There's a I don't know what you call it, but a governing board or a group of people who are pushing for this this expansion to be done, this new remodeling to be done of the library, and they are fighting hard to obviously make this happen, and they are not able to get forward with it as much, one, because of budget cuts, and two, I assume other priorities take place versus over a library. And so therefore, then this project keeps being pushed out. Is that so far correct what I'm saying?
I think the reason why it's getting pushed out is not so much because of the governing board. I think the reason why this keeps getting pushed to the back burner is really the budget cuts.
So I could speak a little bit about that. It shouldn't, the budget cuts shouldn't affect this project because the money they've told us that the money is already allocated. Now, obviously, as the years go on, they require more money, right? Because a project that may have cost, X amount of dollars 3 years ago is going to cost more by the time they actually start building it. But originally what pushed it back was COVID. Everything got pushed back because of COVID. And then things just take, in my opinion, in the city, things take longer than they anticipate. So I don't think we have to worry about budget cuts. I think that the money that's allocated for the Regal Park Library, it will happen. I just think that it's just taking a little bit longer procedurally, the design and the design goes back and forth, who doesn't like it, who has comments. So I don't think we have to worry about the budget part of it at this point, at least, that they haven't made that known.
Okay, no, thank you. That makes sense. That's a good clarification. Yes, I can understand that because post-COVID, there's just a lot of cuts happening, and so then therefore just everything is slow to the process, right? To get permits approved, to get all of these things done, I assume that's just taking forever, which is very frustrating.
No, I agree. It is frustrating because, last year we were told that this was going to happen in the spring. And unfortunately, that is not the case. So, I'm happy that we can feel confident that it's going to happen. It's just when.
Yeah, if I can add, I agree with Christine on the budget. I think the money's allocated. It's just a matter of prioritization. They can only do so much in so much time. And I think, Christine, this is all publicly available information. All the timelines, all this project timelines, I found it. I just can't find the link right now, but it's all publicly available information. So when there's a delay in the project, you can see it online.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, the next thing I'd like to talk upon is about the cultural affairs. We have a very robust community There are a lot of different cultural activities that are involved. And I feel that each one of us can bring and share cultural events that we know of that the others might not know. Um, and I'd like to start some type of streamlining process of where we share these events with one another and then share it during our upcoming meetings. So, um, how do we feel about that? And what would be the best way to communicate the different events that each one of us know about to the committee and to the
I think
community?
I think that's a great idea. I wouldn't know how to streamline that. I mean, I would have to think about that for a minute. But I think, of course, any events that I know of, at least, I know Edwin does a lot of, stuff like a lot of stuff for the Asian American culture um, population. I do a lot of stuff for the Indian population. I mean, that's just what I know. And then I'm sure all of us can contribute in different populations. Um, but I wouldn't know how to, like, if I hear of an event that's taking place in Queens, I wouldn't know how to, streamline that. I just want to bring to attention, sorry, just one thing, hang on.
I'll just add to what Serena said. I mean, I think everyone in the community, that at least on the community board, are already sharing these events at the meetings, and I think Christine in the office, they all do a great job of facilitating. Whenever we have events, we'll share with them, and they'll share it out with the board. And so, when it comes to sharing with the community, that's a whole nother thing. So I think within the community board, we can share it, and then from there, let the community board members, share what they can. Um, and so, yeah, I think it's just maybe adding on to what we're already doing.
Okay.
If there's something that, I mean, we have like our community board office, we post anything that's coming up in the community, we post it in our front window. So people walking by, can see it. So I know it's a limited part of our community that pass by the office, but that's always an option. And Heather also does like a lot of social media. So if there's something that you see on social media, you can bring it to Heather's attention and she can share it out on social media with our followers as well.
I would love
That's an
to ask a
option.
question. I moved into Forest Hills I got married in 2015, and so I've been in and out with Forest Hills and Manhattan, and then finally, made Forest Hills full time in 2019. And I didn't know about the community board until Lynn asked me to sit on the community board. She suggested that I apply and go for it, and I had no idea about it. So I'm just curious, if one doesn't know about the community board, how does and besides, like, let's say I know of an event that's coming up, and so of course I tell all of my people that I know in Forest Hills, and I'll share it with the community board. But how does one just generally find out that there's a community, even a community board? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah, it does. It's all awareness. If people are in the community and like us as community board members, we share with other people and then they learn about it, and it just goes from there. Um, I think more recently they've been doing a lot of social media, like whether it be Instagram or actually I don't think it's Instagram, but definitely Twitter and Facebook. It just
Twitter and
helps increase
Facebook.
awareness. Yeah, and so and
This is not new. Sorry, go ahead, Ed.
no, I was gonna say, unfortunately, people find out about a community board when there are situations where they want to go and find someone to complain to, and then they learn about the community board, and then they come and complain to the community board, which is great because we hear the concerns of the community. But yes, sometimes just people just aren't aware, and it's just I think it's upon us as community board members to increase awareness and let people know about it and just tell people to apply.
Yeah, so I joined. I learned about community boards in like from high school civics class, and the teacher made me attend one of the community board meetings in like Brooklyn or Bensonhurst. And then after college in my 20s, I tried to join, but then it was too far for me and I was young. And then in my mid 30s, a little bit more settled. So then I was like, I'm here. Let's join the community board in Queens. That's my story.
Okay. Um, in sharing, I just had a thought. What would your thoughts be, being that each of us have knowledge of different cultural events that are taking place each month? Before the meetings on Wednesday, say that Friday, can you guys email me the different events that you know of that will be going on for that month? And this way we can make an announcement to the community board as to what events that we know of that we would like to share with the community board and people who attend so that they can know about. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good.
I'm-
I think we're
yeah.
already doing it already, but then we can definitely try to do more.
Well, we are doing it, but I'm particularly noting that Serena, because I see her, she was involved in a lot of events that we didn't know of, and I thought that would be a great idea where we can each give our own insider information, for lack of better words, of different cultural events and just compile it and share it during the meetings. This way we can, just spread the information. I mean, that's.
I'm more than happy to share with you, Martha. I mean, I'm more than happy to share with you for sure. Any events that do take place, that's fine. I was involved in a lot of events last year, and I am, like, for example, I mean, it's too late now, but March 23rd, for example, is Holi. It's a festival of colors, and I feel like every borough except Queens, and maybe I'm exaggerating, but every
No.
borough is doing something for Holi, especially on the March 23rd weekend, right? I mean, South Street Seaport is doing something very big. I think
Richmond
Brooklyn,
Hill is.
Yeah,
Richmond.
Richmond Hill. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Richmond Hill always does something for Holi.
I
Okay,
don't
that's
want to
great. I did not.
interrupt you, but
Yeah.
they're huge. They have
That
very big celebration, and I think even Flushing Meadow Park
could you
has.
send me this information? I did not even hear about it, and I feel like I'm somewhat in on what's happening in the community. I guess not, but yeah, if you could share with me, that would be great.
Okay, sure. I would definitely love to send that to you. But again, that's my thought behind each of us bringing in our own information on different cultural affairs. And at the beginning of the month, when we get to the meeting, I'll compile a list from your input and we share it at the meeting to let people know that these events are going on. If they want to partake in it, they can, and it could actually be documented. I think we need to do more of that because I've seen your activity, Serena, and quite frankly, I didn't know that there were that many. And I've seen Kevin actively participating in his cultural affairs, and I think that if we compile the information and knowledge that we have of these different events, it would actually enrich our committee because every month we can share different events to the entire board.
Martha, is this the event that? Sorry, is this a community board? Is this CB6, this cultural affairs and libraries group? Is this the group that I will talk to about if I have an idea that I will love to either get your take on it or have CB6 co-sponsor it or something or the other? Is this the board that I would speak to? Like, is this the sub board that I would talk to about it?
Who would be the better person to ask? It would be Heather.
Okay.
So I would definitely send her a quick email and talk to her about that.
Okay. I-
So if you want the community board to co-sponsor an event, you'd have to run it past the chair and the executive committee. Just because there's certain requirements, we can't co-sponsor anything political. We can't co-sponsor anything that's like a for-profit event. And I would just caution, events that you're sharing with the community as well, just make sure that they're not political in nature, that, they're not to benefit in a specific business or anything like that.
Sure.
So
That I understand that. That it makes sense. No, I have an idea in mind, and I'm actually speaking to the Forest Hills Stadium to put on this event, and so I'm hopefully the gentleman is supposed to get back to me this week as to when we can meet. This would be our third meeting. They very much are interested in this event that I pitched to them. So let's see how it goes. But there's just still more work to be done around it. Okay.
Well-
I have to either just get on mute now, and I'm probably not going to say much. I got to get these two little monkeys to sleep. Otherwise, they are bouncing up and down everywhere. And I just got to focus here.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your input. And, again, just that's the reason why I wanted it a week before our meeting.
Yeah.
And this way I could share it with Heather, and then she can give me the go ahead to present it when we do our updates.
Okay. And Martha, I have not forgotten about our get together. So it's very much on my mind. I have not forgotten about it.
Okay. So that's all I have. And is there anything else that we should discuss upon? Edwin, Kevin?
Nope, I think it's good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything right now.
Okay. Well, as always, I'm here. I'm looking forward to seeing, I guess now it's too late for March, but let's see what we can share regarding cultural events for March, April.
Martha, I don't think it's too late. I think we could, if we have things that are coming up, we can still share with you and Heather, and then they can just announce it. I think it's not.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Christine, if you feel differently, let me know.
You
But
guys-
if we have events, we just share it at the
Yeah.
meeting. I mean, the board members can share things the day of. It doesn't have to be done in advance.
Yeah, I know
So
the St. Pat's for All parade was just this past Sunday, right? But I mean, with St. Patrick's Day coming up, will there be more parades and events? We'll keep an eye out.
I guess the other thing is also, are we sharing events specific to CB6? I know in the past we've done both. There's events specific to CB6 that are always shared, but there are events outside of CB6. I think, I guess, I don't know how the decision is made, Christine, but I guess there's a decision made and then it's shared.
I think at the community board meetings, you're welcome to share anything that you want. I mean, if there's
Right.
an event coming up at a different community and you think it would be of interest to the members, you're welcome
Right.
to share it at the meeting. But I would say our Friday emails, we try to gear more towards events in the community, just
Right.
because there's so many things happening in our community that
Yep.
if we shared everything, we would have a 10-page email and nobody would read it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if you guys have anything that you want me to share on Fridays, just as long as you get it to me, by Friday morning, we can include it in the Friday email as well.
Okay. And for now, I really would like for our committee to present something. I mean, obviously, we're going to present the updates for what we discussed today, but if we can all get together and get me a list of things for me to present on Wednesday, the 13th, I would love to. And I would like to start making that a regular practice.
Martha, just so you know, we don't do, we haven't been doing committee reports at the board meetings unless there's some kind of a decision that has to be made by the board, just because
Okay.
our agendas have been so busy.
Okay.
So if you should submit your report, obviously, to the office. And if there's specific events that you want to announce or anything like that, that's fine. But just general committee reports, our meetings have been running so late as it is that we
Sure.
haven't been having like just general committee reports, unless there's something that needs to be reported to the board and, a decision or a vote that has to be taken based on the committee meeting.
Okay, I understand. All right, so I thank everybody for showing up tonight. I know
Martha,
I-
real quick, wait, sorry. Can anybody, whoever knows about the Holdy events, can you actually email me just so I'm aware of it? I'll Google it as well, but if you can email
Yeah.
me. Thanks,
I
thank
sent the link. I just sent a link to the group. I sent a YouTube link to the group. They had the 35th anniversary, so it's been going on for a while. And Serena,
Wow.
I'll send you
and
you
I'll
just Google
send
it.
you I'll
Yeah,
send you
Google.
a list too. There's tons of events that's going on in Richmond Hill,
Okay.
and
Just Google
some
it.
are,
Yeah.
tons. Richmond Hill is actually the place.
I'm just wondering, why is it that we don't know about these, or at least I don't know, or people don't know, but people know about more of what's happening in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like trying to
It's probably just more publicized to the general mainstream in Manhattan. But if you're the Richmond Hill community, then they do this every year, and so I know people do know about it, and so but some people don't know about it. So maybe there's a good chance, like Martha's kind of suggestion is, let's make more people aware of it so that people will attend.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Your daughters agree. That's great.
I know. I mean, they're jumping up and down on the bed. I'm like, go ahead, just jump, go, have fun.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for tonight. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your dedication and hard work, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday the 13th.
Have a good night,
Martha.
y'all.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Martha.
All right.
Bye. Thanks,
Good
Christine.
night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.